Now, another question that comes up is, can I pause in between steps, or do I have to go from one breath to the other? Now, let's take the ideal scenario. The ideal scenario when you when you practice Surya Namaskar is it's a kriya. Kriya means you're constantly moving. So you breathing in one moment. The next time you go to the other pose, you breathe out, go to the other pose. Then breathe in, come to the third pose. Breathe out, go to the fourth pose, and so on. So ideally, you're moving with every inhalation and every exhalation. Now, when you're learning Sun Salutations, what happens is you can't just straight away move from one to the other, because now you are not getting time to perfect the pose. So in traditional schools, what they would do is they will say, first learn the step, each step separately was taught. So you will say, just stand in Tadasana. What is Tadasana? First practice that. So they take 3 or 4 days to just practice that one particular step. So in this case, since we are not doing like that, what I would suggest is pause in each step when you're learning, and then in each step understand what exactly is the step all about, how my foot should be, where my hips should be, and we'll probably do a couple of videos on just some important steps, like step 3, for example. We call it the runner's pose, or Ashwa Shanchalasana, where one of the legs is back and the foot forward, how the hips should be, where the knee should be, and how your foot should be. So all of this is, you take time for you to understand. So in that phase, what you do is you pause in each step. Make sure that the position and the pose is correct. You breathe a couple of times, and then you breathe the right way and move to the next step. Pause there. For example, the Bhujangasana, the Cobra pose. Take some time, pause there, breathe in and out. Make sure the navel, the belly button is still touching the floor. You're not way up, and your eyebrows are not up, your face is not kind of tense. So all of this takes time to understand, and then eventually with practice you will be able to flow literally from one pose to another. And even though you're holding one pose for just one breath, you will be able to achieve a great amount of perfection in that particular pose. So initially it's a good idea to actually pause in each step and do it.